Hello, hello. Are you bored? Have no fear. The stream has started and Shadow's here. Welcome in, welcome in. Erlo, it's alright to go to bed. I just woke up from a nap and I'm fighting off a mean case of the brain fog that I've been having all day myself. So I understand. The VOD will be up later if you really care, but, you know, maybe I shouldn't say this, but maybe this is a skip. I mean, look at the game. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. Today we're gonna be playing through, hopefully, all of WANI Hug That Gator. I don't really know what this is about. I've watched the trailer. I got gifted this game. I watched the trailer for it. It seems to be some sort of high school romance simulator where all the characters but you are reptiles, I guess. They're dinosaurs. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, alright, let's get into this. I don't have much to say. Oh, I don't know. Let me talk about my day first for a second. Today sucked. Today sucked for a couple reasons. I woke up today with a terrible, terrible headache. Felt like my eye was gonna pop out of my head. Probably been a while since I had caffeine, so I'm just, I think having the withdrawal from that. That happens sometimes. I was expecting it any day now. But, yeah, that was today, so that was unfortunate. I took like a 2.5 hour nap, so I had to work a little extra late because I was trying to sleep off the headache in the middle of the day. Oh, eventually that went away. I probably would have pushed the stream till tomorrow if I still felt bad, but we're alright now. We're okay. Other than that, you know, work's terrible, super busy. Sick of it. So, yeah. Let's get lost in this. I noticed in the options when I clicked into here, there's some saucy images that can be enabled. We're not putting those on because YouTube, and also no thanks. But let's get into it. I see that my chat box is right in front of... Wait, is my chat box even working? People have been saying stuff. I don't see it. Chat box, are you alive? Maybe it's because they're disappearing. Maybe it just had been a little while. If somebody could type something random in the chat so I could see if the chat box is working, that'd be cool. But I'm going to move it to the other side of the screen because... Actually, no, I don't want to move it to the other side of the screen. I want to get rid of whatever that crap is in the corner because that's nonsense. How do I do that? Options. Enable debug scores, that's probably it. Let's turn those off too. Yeah, that went away, I think. Yay, alright, chat box is in an okay spot. Oh no, that's not voice acted. Year 201 M 2023 BC. What is this? A chili pepper? It's not a tail plug, is it? Amid the arid heat of the morning sun of Volcatera Bluffs, I can't help but miss living in the more temperate weather of the Midwest. Summer sleeves are in style this year. That jacket's aroma blog better be right. The suede thing is killing me. Well, at least it's guaranteed to start getting chillier in a few weeks. Besides, I'm sure to make an impression with this amber, Croby, and Flint is all the rage these days. Alright, maybe I'm sold. This girl over here is kind of cute. I sigh and lean back in the hard plastic seating of the metro. I'm on my way to my first day in a new school. Ordinarily, I'd just be glued to my phone on the trip, but there's just too much on my mind right now. My folks' stitch requires us to move frequently, which gives me little time to fit in. I assume that means job, but I'm not familiar with that term. Much like how a rolling stone gathers no moss, I could never make a friend I'd keep for longer than a year. Just a lot of promises to keep in touch that petered off within months. Admittedly, it's my fault in the end. That's all going to change starting today. Ooh, tangent time. I just remembered, Erlo had her scary video stream yesterday, which if you haven't seen, you should go check out, because it was fun. There's actually some good ones shown in that stream for the first time, in my opinion. I don't think a lot of them were very good. Not the streams. The streams are great, but the videos that were put on. But that one actually had some pretty good ones, in my opinion. I'm not easily impressed by horror. Anyway, there was a part in it that gave me flashbacks to this time I fell asleep in middle school. I want to recant this story. Maybe technically this wasn't middle school. I'm not sure if what you consider 6th grade. I think our middle school technically started in 7th grade, but it was close enough. So we were, this was literally the year right before we would start to have moving classes where the bell would ring and you'd go to a different class and have like a 8 or 9 period day. At this point in the school, this was right when we had like all of our classes in one classroom, and then maybe we switched one room in the middle of the day for like a science lesson or something. And then we went back. But we were doing vocabulary in the class, and we would write down all of our answers in the workbook or whatever, and then we would pass our books to somebody else in the classroom, and they would like peer grade it, basically. The teacher would read all the answers at the front of the class, and then we would grade the other student's paper and then give it back or whatever. But somehow between the time when I was done grading the paper and had my notebook passed back to me, I fell asleep. I just passed out. I was done that day, I guess. Somehow. And after that, they just read like in alphabetical order. They would call our names, and we would have to read our grade, and she'd mark it in the book. And after it got to me, I was just asleep on my desk. So they called my name, and I just shot up, just immediately, just boom, straight up in my chair, and I just shouted, "Vocabulary!" for my grade. They're like, "Yes, we know we're doing vocabulary. What's your grade?" I was like, 100. It was so embarrassing. I was a goof back then. Absolute 6th grade menace. I have no shortage of 6th grade stories. I was a terrible, terrible person back then. And barely ever got in trouble for any of it because we were the gifted students, and nobody ever blamed us for anything. They would just blame the less well-off children, I suppose. Like, like flooding hallway bathrooms. That one wasn't really me, but it was other people in the friend group who were also, you know, sort of in the same, you know, gifted classes, so we never got blamed for that. And then giant spitballs. It's just everything you could imagine from back then. We were terrible. Like, there was this one, this is my favorite story. There's this one time when we had country projects where we would partner up. We got assigned a country from around the world, and we had to write a report on it and then bring something in that had to do with that country. I don't know, like a diorama. You could bring in food, just whatever. You just had to have something physical to represent the country. And a lot of people did the food because food was fun back then. Everybody liked getting food in class. But somebody brought in, I forget what countries they had, but they brought in shrimp and rice, like mini shrimps and rice. And being sixth graders, not a lot of people liked it, so there was a lot in the garbage can. Because ew, shrimp or whatever. So we we all had the big bathroom trips back then, where the whole class would like go out in a single file line and go to the restrooms and then eventually come back. But if you were in front of the line, the teacher was always in the back. So you could sprint to the classroom and you would have maybe like a minute or two to yourself before everybody got back. And it was just unsupervised minute or two. So a bunch of us just went and sprinted back to the classroom, and I just let the invasive thoughts win at that time. And as soon as I entered the room, I was like, ooh, trash can, let's punt it. And I blasted as hard as I can. And this was the trash can that ended up with all the shrimp and rice in it. And it flies across the room in slow-mo in my mind. And it's just creating a rainbow of rice and shrimp just all over the room. And I was fucked. This room was carpeted for some reason. There was rice in the carpet. It was crazy. I didn't know what to do. I was just standing there. Eventually the teacher got back, and I got in trouble for that, and I had to clean it up. She handed me a broom and a dustpan, like a handheld one, and she's like, you will pick up... Or no, sorry. She gave me a broom and a dustpan, and told me to clean it up. And so I start doing that, but it's in the middle of the room, so the projects and presentations are still going on, and I'm just like kneeling on the floor, just trying to sweep up the rice off this carpeted floor with a broom, and it's not working because it's carpet. Everybody's just laughing at me. But eventually I figure out that if you scrape the broom on top of the carpet really fast, the rice pops up in the air like little jumping beans, and then you can catch it on the broom pan. So I started doing that. But it started stealing all the attention from everybody else in the classroom. And she came over and she grabbed the broom and dustpan out of my hand. She's like, you will pick up every last grain by hand. So I just sort of slumped down and just sort of like crane arm it and very exaggerated pick up a single grain of rice and move it over to the top of the trash can and just drop it in. And I do that for probably like 2 hours. Just sad pick up rice off of the floor really, really slowly. There was another time that we ran back into the classroom really fast, and it was a time where the desks got shuffled around, so we didn't know whose desks were what, like the empty desks and the move desks. And we had this thing we liked to do where we would jump on top of them and just run across them. But after the desks got moved, there was one time when we were running on top of the desks, I hit an empty one because it used to be where somebody sat, but now it wasn't, and it just had no weight to it. So it just, as soon as my foot hit it, it flew and smashed into the wall, and I fell on my back. It made the loudest crash. And before, and we all just like grabbed the desk and put it back where it was and just sat all politely with our arms folded on the desk where we were sitting. And the teacher got back in. She was like, "What the hell was that?" I was like, "Oh, nothing happened." Nobody ever found out. So those were some of my fun 6th grade stories. I got a billion of them. We were terrible. Anyway, back to the game. I'm going into senior year now. It's my very last chance to prepare for the world ahead. Luckily for me, the cards are stacked in my favor. I feel around my backpack for my DSLR until my fingers can absent-mindedly fiddle with the mode dial. Is that a camera? St. Hammond High School is extremely well known for their artists' curriculum. In other words, I'll be surrounded by people that share my interests, even if it's a bit of a ride away. Speaking of rides, I was hoping that my parents could drive me there today. But by the time I woke up, they were already gone for work. No big deal, I like the hustle and bustle of public transportation. I imagine I'm going to have to get used to this anyway. As time passes, my mind wanders to memories of previous schools. They all sucked. All of them. Every one of them sucked. Hey, I need to make the most of the situation I'm in. Not get all sad like this. I need to do something like belch on the train. Take a selfie with the hobo next to me. I won't get stabbed. Get up and breathe in that fresh city air. I don't know why there's a lot of asterisks next to these. Oh, maybe it's like that fresh city air. Maybe that's what it means. Or remain seated and do nothing. Wuss. I don't know. Let's take a selfie with the hobo. It says I won't get stabbed, so there's nothing wrong with it. I'm interrupted by the ding of the terminal board, and the car gradually starts coming to a stop. Juicy! I step off the metro, heading out of the station, as I follow a few other students heading towards the school. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing dinosaur students, not another human to be seen anywhere. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing... Okay. Please explain to me the world building here. Are dinosaur people common? Are they not? Is it usually a mix of dinosaurs and humans? Are there other animals? Is this a veil for race? I don't understand. Must be one of those dino-heavy regions. Oh no. Don't say it like that. There's a lot of greenery here as well. You'd almost forget how close we are to a major city. The pathway leads to a stone bridge that goes over a small creek. As I walk across, I notice the other students meet in pairs and walk with each other. The air begins to fill with the sounds of laughter and stories of how their summer break went. Ah, there it is. The school peeks out over the trees ahead of me, as though inspecting and welcoming me inside. St. Hammond High, my new home away from home for the next year. I stop to take a deep breath. The air here is crisp, reminding me of an old campground I went to back in elementary school. I had a racist kindergarten teacher. Sorry, not racist, sexist. Didn't like men. That was off topic, I'm sorry. Once again, I'm handed an opportunity to make something of myself. I'm apprehensive but hopeful. It's my last shot at this, there's no going back. I take my first step onwards. Here we go again. Maybe you'll stick around, maybe we'll make some friends this time. Oh, you are not human, bro. You are a monster. You're like that Slenderman race. Everybody take a drink. Hydration time. Students mill about the front yard. This school is trash. The school is known for its heavily prioritized art programs. You mean graffiti? Over 2/3 of the graduates end up pursuing a career in the arts, and while half of them regret it from what I've read, there's still plenty to be made. Or, still plenty that made it, right? It's also the management's claim to fame, with the facade on the front entrance being dominated by a vibrant mural. I've got a good feeling about this place. A few students eyeball me as I continue walking in. Some friends whisper to each other. I just knew this jacket would pay off. No, it's because you're human, bro. Or whatever you are. I'm gonna call you Slendy. The front doors are propped wide open and I already feel the cool breeze inviting me in. It's weird that I haven't had to name my character yet. Where it hasn't given me a name. Inside it's a familiar yet brand new sight. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but this school is also unique for its student body. Is it? It's composed almost entirely of dinosaurs, all manner of saurian herbivores and otherwise. Oh, that's how I saved. Alright, I'll throw save there. I wanted to make the box disappear so I could look at the art. It's composed almost entirely... Yeah, I already read that. Scales, feathers, tails. Is that a tether? Wings, talons, and webbed hands. Not to even mention the colors. All vibrant enough to challenge the bright murals on the school outside. Dozens of students march about reconnecting with past friends and meeting new ones. Some anxiously glance at their schedules, checking every door as though they were numbered at random. I probably shouldn't be standing here in the starry... Whoa, is that a human? Whoa. I'm soon surrounded and overrun by a crowd of neon-tongued teenagers. Clearly my jacket is working like a charm. Oh, he's happy about it. Wow, he's like a life-size mannequin. Yeah, he is. Because he's not human, he's Slendy. Hey, new kid. Slendy sounds like a slur for Slenderman-like people. Is this what it's like to be popular? I really wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. A few students are taking pictures with their phones. I even see some with sketchbooks and pens in hand, rapidly scribbling on pages. Wow, a human! Are you like a foreign exchange student? In the chaos, I feel a few people touch my hands. Whoa, human skin feels weird. Geez, a bit uncalled for. It's like being in India. There's a white person. There's so much happening, and I don't want to be a party pooper. A few more people shout at me to get my attention. Hey, could you look over there for a side profile? Oh man, yeah, this will be good reference material. Wait, I need to get a better look at his skin texture. I once again find myself frozen, only muttering quietly as I hastily try to follow their instructions. Eventually, all the Saurians take their photos and talk themselves out before dispersing back to their own friend groups. By the time I recover from the shock of the situation, the last one breaks off and I find myself seemingly alone all again. Oh, that was my chance to socialize. I blew it. You're human, right? A Triceratops girl leans forward, scanning me up and down. This is it. Time to seal the deal and get a new friend. Inko? Yeah. Close enough. Hey, can I, get a selfie with you? It'd be great for one of my classes. Yeah, definitely. She puts an arm around my back for a shoulder hug while she poses dramatically. Maybe a bit too friendly? Big smile now. She takes the picture and checks it enthusiastically. So, I'm Inko. Huh? Oh, cool, yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh. What's the photo for, by the way? She pauses, aloofly chewing some gum. My fashion design class. This jacket is ballin'. Ah. Thanks for the pic, hun. Oh no, not hun. Well, I feel my shoulder sag as I take in the now sparse hallway around me. That must have been my 15 minutes of fame. I don't think it even lasted 15 minutes, but there's no way I've already blown it. I try to shake away the negative thoughts, focus on the positive. For a brief moment, I was the talk of the school. Yeah. Click, click, click. The familiar sound draws my attention. Oh God, I really wish this was voiced. I know what that is. At the end of the hall, there's someone kneeling, and with one of the latest camera models, if I'm not mistaken. Hey. The guy flinches. I flinch too. I hadn't meant to shout at him. The few students around me don't bat an eye at it, though. Sorry about the yell. No, it's fine. I managed to get the shot I wanted. The bespectacled boy, I think he's a parasaur, double-checks the camera's display and smiles. Guess I'm gonna learn about dinosaurs on this stream, if nothing else. Yep, perfect. This will be a fine print for the yearbook. Can I see? His grin seems to widen at my interest. Of course, here. He turns the display towards me, showing me a shot of the hallway. And me as the focal point. Pretty good, right? I look a little closer and notice that I think it's a little out of focus. Dark. What do you have your f-stop set at? Ah, shit. He stops and glances up at me, pleasantly surprised to get a real answer. Yeah, I'm a bit of a photographer myself. I'm taking it as an elective, too. With Mr. Iatakan? Thinking back to my memorized class schedule, that name does sound familiar. Yep. Oh, snap, cool. We'll be classmates. Mr. Iatakan's busy, so he just teaches it for one period. He offers his hand out for a handshake. I'm Ben. Inko. Friend achieved. Did he actually say that out loud? Friend achieved. Friend get. I'm actually new here. Kind of figured being the only human student this year and all. Sir Hammond isn't one of the more popular schools, but the staff puts a lot of work and effort into the arts programs. Even the campus itself designed like a living art piece, so if you ever need help. From the pause, I'm guessing he's offering some help. I wouldn't say no to a tour. A tour, you say? Well, I'm only going back to the principal's office, but I can point out some neat stuff along the way. He raises an eyebrow to himself in contemplation. Might be a good idea to meet the principal, too. He waves for me to follow him. Oh, this is a lot of reading. I don't know how much I can stream of this. Turns out he wasn't just an average photographer like me, but also the school council president. And one of the priorities was taking photos for the school's yearbook for the first day page. Every few minutes we'd pause so Ben could take a couple of shots, mainly of the students talking with each other. And while I would watch, I'd considered helping him some way. I mean, that camera looks amazing, and then there's all his extra lenses in the bag. I feel absolute elation to finally know that someone's into photography. And I really want to breach it, but Ben fills the air between us by talking more about the school. Which is why we still go by the Feathertails, even though I think it's a tad distasteful. Dang, you're pretty good at this. Do you give these tours to all the new students? Not really, although it's something I thought about a lot. Oh, hold that thought. Hey, Lunara. Ben goes to greet a student pulling up some intricate wall banners. Oh, hey, Ben. You have a good summer vacation? I did. Great work on the decorations. They look even better than last year's. Aw, thank you. What's all this for? She steps aside so I can fully view the banners she'd just finished with. The Cultural Arts Club. We meet every Thursday after school and look at antique artwork. She'd initially just looked past me to talk with Ben, but she gasps once she realizes... Hey, you're a human, right? Oh, that's a silly question. You should totally join. I just love human culture. There's this amazing set of ancient masks at my place from ancient Europe. I just adore them. Wow, that's impressive. I think you'd make a good curator. You know what? You know what? I probably would. After that club display during Spirit Week last year, I gotta agree. We spent weeks studying the tribe and weeks more practicing those dances. We also study and paint with those styles, like we're learning the techniques of the old masters. Hopefully, soon we can get into sculpting, like those old Venus statues. We plan on getting one to look We plan on getting one to look at sometime this year. What do you think? It'd be great if you could come. Hey, that'd be neat. What do you say, Inko? Maybe. I do love culture. Oh, that's great. Oh, listen, we have this old chieftain's dress we've had for ages. We just have to see what it looks like on the real thing. I'll think about it. No way I'd sooner endure a second Impact event than wear something like that. Well, hey, nice catching up, Lunara. We got places to be. Take care. Bye. She waves us off, and Ben continues leading me to the principal's office. What voice do I want for this guy? Hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Michael. Listen, can't talk now, but I'd love to catch up later, yeah? I'm floored. This guy seems to know just about everyone in the school as much as they know him. Talk about being on top of things. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school and stops to greet a number of students happy to see him after the summer break. Man, sorry for having to stop so much. No way, I think it's cool you know everyone. If only it could be cool without making us late. He notices a few more noteworthy landmarks, eventually leading me to its biggest draw. I already knew that this place was known for art, but wow, just outside the administrative offices, the hallway is filled with wonderful pieces of work. Paintings line the walls with name placards beneath detailing who the artists were, all created by alumni and attending students of the school. And this is the gala. All these places have been featured in all kinds of articles and presentations. Whoa. I know, right? One moment. Ben turns to the nearest door and gives a polite knock. Who is it? It's me, Principal Scalar. An Ava-raptor no older than her mid-30s exits the room, holding a steaming mug and sporting a tired smile. Cat. That looks like my cat. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning. Inko, this is our esteemed principal. Good morning, ma'am. Her eyes shoot wide mid-sip of her coffee. Oh, I hadn't noticed. You would be Mr. Ganito, yes? What?
Yes, but my name...
How wonderful. Gone is the exhaustion on her face, instead replaced with a very wide smile. I'm so happy that you've chosen our school for your last year, Mr. Nitu. Ben, be sure to give him a thorough St. Hammond welcome, okay? I already was. If you ever need any assistance, my office is always open, Mr. Nitu. Not to mention, the student council is also available for help. Isn't that right, Ben? Yes, Principal Scalar.
Thank you, Principal Scalar.
Oh, and Ben, a moment, please. But... The Parasaur is dragged into the office, leaving me alone in the school gala. Whatever they're saying, I can't hear it over the ambient noise of the student body. Either way, it's probably not something I'm meant to hear. I move a few feet away out of earshot of the discussion inside. On the wall beside me is a framed panoramic landscape of the city, painted by hand. Wow, I could practically use this thing as a map with how detailed it is. No wonder it's hanging so predominantly by the principal's office. The gentle brushstrokes, the vibrant colors. the evening sun bouncing off of each of the windows and the majestic scarlet sky enveloping the horizon. All of which combine together to give it a dreamscape feeling, like it's an idealized version of the city. It's beautiful. I've never been a big admirer of paintings, but I can't deny this is a masterpiece. Only a teacher could have been able to express the scenic beauty of the city with this level of skill and passion. I withdraw my Cavan Stone 60 from my bag, and with the compact lens I keep, I barely fit the entirety of the painting in the frame for the shot. Checking the copy on the display, I realize I left out the title and artist of the piece. The tag says, Dreamscape, Artist O. Halford, 9th grade. First place, 201M 2020. A freshman did this, jeez. Now that I look at the rest of the paintings, this is insane. It's all so much better than what I've made. Almost all the pieces are beautifully drawn. Acrylic, charcoal, pastel, and yet not even one photo. Hey Inko, I'm back. I'm a senior. How on earth am I meant to even start measuring up here? Inko. What's that sound? Ben nudges me back with the back of his hand as the commotion gets closer. Hey, watch it, jackass. Slow your roll, Leatherface. My leg! My leg! I watch as the perpetrator, aggressor, aggregator finally rounds the corner and comes barreling down the hallway, speeding right towards us. My instincts kick in and I stumble to the side to avoid the oncoming collision. For just a split second, I get a good look at my assailant. Green scales, messy hair, and a faded purple hoodie. She propels herself forward with dexterous hands, spinning the large wheels on her. I only now notice that she's in a wheelchair. I didn't know you could even go that fast in one of those. She glances my way, and her pupils lock into mine. Her gray and gold eyes are marred by bags like she hasn't slept in days. This is a lot to notice for just a split second. I'm gonna tell you right up now, viewers, I'm not romancing this person. I ain't doing it. You can't make me. The girl's entire presence is ghost-like. And that expression, it's like she's looking straight through me. I'm sure she barely registers my existence, but I don't think I'll ever forget that face. Just as fast as she came, however, she's gone. Scaly High School, sir. Oh, I see the chat in the box now. Now that I have a chat, I can move my chat box to correct it. I need to make it a little smaller, I think. Where is it? Width 600. Cut the width down a little bit. And height 400. All right, let's try it like that. As she leaves, I feel a weight lifted from my shoulders. At least until I trip directly into the glass case behind me. Oof. Hey, watch it. Whoops. The Parasaur's hand rolls over the display carefully, his eyes filled with worry. You looking for something? Cracks. Usually when another student falls into them, there's some kind of crack or scratch. Guess that's just a dino thing. Humans are lucky you don't gotta sweat over this kind of stuff. That happens often. Often enough to drain the school funds and repairs.
That can't be good.
Well, not to brag, but I make do. A vibrato chime echoes through the now empty halls. I freeze, tardy on the first day. Whoops. Sorry to run on you like that. You should get going to your first class.
Won't I need a tardy slip or something?
Nah, it's the first day. Teachers are lenient. I'm fine either way since, you know, one of the benefits of being class pres. What's your first period?
Physical education.
Ben sucks the air through his teeth in a prolonged wince. You'll be fine. Gymnasium's down that way. Don't, keep him waiting too long. I need to get going too.
Keep who waiting?
I gotta go too, bye. Woo. Whoa, he walks fast when he has somewhere to be. That reaction doesn't exactly instill confidence in me. Follow Ben's directions towards the school gymnasium. I'm on my way home, but don't want to spoil the furry game for myself. Hope stream goes well. You bought me this game and you didn't even play it? Why would you do such a thing? I think I need to make my chat box bigger. Who is this stream for if not for you, Saint? You're the one that gifted it. You're not even watching it. After all the earlier commotion, it's the first quiet moment to myself. Might as well take it to finally sort my thoughts. Let's see. What do I think of this place so far? It's certainly livelier than any of the other schools I've been to. Ever since I've stepped foot in here, everything has been so lively, and everyone seems so exuberant. Makes me feel a little out of my depth since I'm so used to the opposite. Hear people like that girl earlier, eager to share their hobbies almost without being prompted. Everywhere else I've been, people just kept to themselves, like there's only there because they have to be. It hits me. The school's art program attracts people. The students here don't have to be here. They're choosing to be here. That's why it's so active. Well, alright. What can I do with this information? Means I can probably be friends with anyone I want, right? Weird to say, but with everyone here sort of working with each other, there's bound to be an insane level of camaraderie too. Maybe I won't even have to try? I'm almost at the gym now, though, so I'll hold this thought for later. Gym class, where the boys are separated from the men, and where people with Herculean physiques are able to show off their sculpted bodies. That's no homo? I begin to remember how much I dreaded going to PE. The innumerable bad experiences from past schools pale in comparison to the many skidded knees and broken glasses. Hopefully this school's PE is going to be a lot less grueling. As I stand before the wooden double doors leading to the leading into the gym, I'm stuck with how empty the area looks. That's followed by me catching the sound of physical activity coming from within the gym itself. Shoot, I really am late. Ben's earlier warning echoes in my head like a foreboding spirit. I peer through the small windows on the doors and see students standing shoulder to shoulder. Towering over them is a primate who I can only guess is our gym teacher, with his arms crossed and a scowl on his face. I hope I can get away with being tardy. As I walk into the... My first thought is, how lucky am I to be alive? I don't even know what was thrown at me, but it might as well have been a cannonball. And bitches love cannons. I spot the gym teacher, and even through his baseball cap, I feel his stare of rage pierce my soul. Such intensity, in that ideal throwing form. It only missed by centimeters. That was a warning shot.
Know this and know it well, son. I have a policy. Each of my platoons gets 1 free miss from me a year, and you just spent it.
I shift my eyes to the students lined up next to him, and they're so stiff with fear that I can't tell what they're feeling.
You got 3 seconds to lay it on the front of your squadron. Why in the great name of
KV Drocket, you are late. Well, He didn't even move. Hint taken. I shut my mouth. The simian scholar starts marching back and forth like a drill sergeant.
Listen up, because I'm only saying this once. In this class, we operate on tough love. We learn from our mistakes, so you better pray to Raptor Jesus you don't forget them. Because if you do...
With the 3 monstrous steps, the coach closed the distance of 10 yards to tower over me.
I will be very upset. It reflects poorly on all of us, and that is not something I will accept. So I would love to see you maggots succeed, but if you don't, I'll make it unforgettable. Am I understood?
I nod my head in fear.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Now then, join the rest of your ranks and stiffen up.
Once I confirm my bladder is intact, I shuffle over to where my colleagues stand. One of them is a dragon. I feel them staring at me with anger like I'm responsible for the coach's teaching style. What an appalling first impression to make. I should just quit and start over somewhere else while I still can. The teacher takes a second to glance over us, reminding himself of where he was before I interrupted.
Attend hut, maggots. You will all drop and give me 20 of the finest push-ups. Those guts better be an ant's fart off that pristine gym floor or else.
Twee! With a violently loud blow of his whistle, the coach also takes his position to show the proper technique. I hide my wince as my knees impact roughly on the ground. Why do they? Can't even sit down right, man? The real pain starts as I try to keep pace with everyone else around me. My biceps and forearms threaten to splinter from the weight of my body and the speed of my jerky movements. I never realized just how badly out of shape I was. Twee.
On your feet, you bipedal slugs.
This guy, he ain't human. Some kind of primate, maybe. A close relative. I can feel my muscles hollering in pure agony as I force myself up from the gymnasium floor. By the time I'm back on my feet, my breathing is heavy and coming out in whistles.
Now then, since it's only the first day of school, how about we have ourselves a good game of dodgeball?
Did he say dodgeball? Oh yeah, dodgeball time. I shoot a glance towards the overly enthusiastic dino next to me, who's absolutely elated by the prospect of the upcoming game. We only finished the warm-up and my muscles are already screaming. My knees shake, my lungs burn, and I'm so drenched in sweat that I'm sure I might need to shower after this. I really don't want to play dodgeball. Aren't we lucky? First day of school and we get to play a game.
I don't do dodgeball.
Why not?
I'm not exactly... All right, maggots, pick a side and keep the numbers even. This is a suicide match.
And a free-for-all, too.
Damien, why don't you socialize by picking your teammates? Shades, you're on blue team.
Wait, why am I wearing shades? Wait, but why are there teams if it's a free-for-all? Alright, I'm going with the human dude. Before I can figure out the rules for this dodgeball game, the Dilophosaurus wraps his arm around my neck and brings me to his side of the field.
Oh, and one last thing.
His leer and tone freeze me to the spot.
What's the first rule? We only got one.
Have fun?
Gang up on the weakest one.
Wait, what? Twee? In a matter of seconds, the gymnasium becomes a full-blown battleground. I do my best to dodge the oncoming flurry of red rubber spheres coming my way like bullets. I dive to the ground, avoiding the oncoming projectiles as they soar overhead and pelt my comrades. I hear blows and the guttural groans of those who've already succumbed to an onslaught of inflated orbs. Combat crawling away from the fierce front, I entrench myself along the edge of the field in hopes of being ignored. I cast my gaze to the rest of my allies, and oh god, it's a full rout. So many bodies. So how's the first day of school treating you, bro? I look up and see the finned dino, the same pink Dilophosaurus who had dragged me to his side of the court, staring down at me and smiling.
What do you think?
I watch as he casually dodges incoming ball before throwing his own. Name's Damien, by the way.
Inko.
Nice to meet you.
You two, Chrome Dome and Frills. Who said that you two had time to talk? Does my gymnasium look like a debate stage?
I mean, maybe if we got some of those stands from the auditorium, maybe. I know a guy's uncle that could really make a classy podium. I look at Damien with absolute bewilderment. What's this guy thinking? The coach looks like he's about to explode.
Do not play smart with me, son. Keep your trap shut and eyes focused on the enemy.
Damien just smiles and gives the coach a thumbs up as we are in the middle of an active war zone. You got it, Mr. Sully.
That's Coach Sully to you. And what's the hold-up, Shades? You're just making yourself an easy target on the floor. Get up and play to win.
All right, guess it's my time to do something of worth. But I'm not exactly good at dodgeball. Oh, maybe I can do the whole blocking thing for everyone. That should hopefully make it so everyone isn't peeved at me for wasting the warning shot. But here's where things change. I can totally turn this around. All is equal in the court. A ball aimlessly rolls on the floor in front of me, calling out to be my ammunition. I somehow weave through two shots at me and pick up the ball. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm on fire. There's no way I'm losing now. I grab onto the ball and start blocking any shot that so much as crosses our side of the field. Yeah, I'm doing great. Block 1, block 2, block 3. Now I'm really feeling it. I bet everyone's looking at me now. Any thought of playing the game suddenly left my mind, like it was never there. Who cares? Doing this is more than enough. I can be the Hey, new guy! A new voice catches my attention, a crimson Parasaurus. Think fast! What? The floor is cold. Maybe I shouldn't have come here at all. A pair of extremely dirty sneakers enters my field of view.
You gonna get up, Shades? No, I give up.
Bonk. Oh man, that hurts. How long was I out? I'm laying down on something soft. Where am I? My vision clears and I sit up from the plastic bed. It's bright in here. Oh shit, they broke my sunglasses. Luckily I brought my reserve pair. Much better. I stand from the rubber mattress, taking in the tiny room finally. All alone, not even a school nurse or anything. Oh, there she is. Looks like she's attending to another student who's had his snout stuck in a cone. Huh. Looking at the clock on the wall, it's already noon. That would explain the pounding headache. Finally awake, Shades? I set Ramrod straight, the fear of God stricken into me once more.
Calm yourself, cadet. You ate dirt pretty hard back there.
Oh man, yeah.
Wait, you did that. I did. Pelted you right in the back. Do you know why?
Because I messed up?
Be more specific, kid.
Because I couldn't be a good teammate and got hit in the face?
Wrong. It was after that.
Nothing happened after that.
No, you gave up.
But I was doing well.
You think so?
I was blocking the balls and all.
You weren't blocking anything. You were showing off.
Found a single thing you could do and started dancing around like a clown. You focused on the easy thing and gave up the real thing. You were so focused that you forgot to look around for a moment. And here you are. I know a defeated man when I see one, and there's no way in hell I'm letting a student of mine give up so easily. It's the first period of the first day, and you're already giving up. Either way, that's a pretty bad lump you ended up with. You gotta watch around some students, if you know what I mean. I blink a few times and recall that chick that yelled at me to catch, followed by pounding me in the face. That one, she's, He chuckles to himself a bit.
She's something, all right.
Yeah, looked like the devil herself.
Anyway, take the rest of the day off, kid. What? I'm telling you to go home. Principal gave the okay.
I feel my head again. Another stab of pain. Am I really not good to go back to class? Wasn't I getting lectured about this just a few moments ago?
Well, I don't want to give up so easily. No, you should go home to your folks. He scratches the back of his head, slightly embarrassed. Right, about that. We tried calling him earlier. Couldn't reach him.
I give a sad half smile. Yeah, sounds about right.
I can make it home fine on my own.
He nods.
When you get back, don't give up so easily.
He holds the door to the nurse's office open. I nod and exit the office, Coach solidly closing the door behind us.
Oh, and here's for tomorrow.
A brown paper bag is shoved into my arms along with my backpack. Peeking in, I see something blue and gold wrapped in plastic.
If you hadn't been late, you could have changed into those. Thank you, sir. Next time, Shades, think faster. Got it? Yes, sir.
His smile is positively unnerving.
Now scram, cadet.
Well, this is officially the worst day I've ever had. As my feet drag along the linoleum floor, I can't help but painfully think of all the failures of the past few hours. No thanks to a very prominent bump on the back of my head. Ow. It's worse than everyone here, both on a creative and physical level. I know I really shouldn't be bothered by it, but I hate seeing just how far behind I am compared to everyone else. And I thought I'd make new friends. What was I thinking? I stop and shake my head a bit. What the heck am I doing? Sulking like this? Bad first day, but it's just the first day. There's still all the rest. I still met Ben and Damien. They're pretty cool. I'm not going to let my optimism be ruined just because of a bad dodgeball match. Just you wait, Sir Hammond. Today was a test run. Tomorrow's the real deal. Morning comes. Oh. Damn. I am parched and tired of reading. I think I might call it there for today. Short 1 hour stream on this. Maybe I'll switch over to something else. Load up a new stream here in a second. Do a double stream today. I don't know if I want to come back to this game on stream. Maybe if I see some comments that are like, yeah, come back. But boy, playing these visual novel games and having to read every single line is a chore. It's tough. I got a weak voice. I don't talk very much outside of the streams. But yeah. Let's maybe switch over to something else. What are we looking at here? What games do I got? I could return to something. So I don't have to make a thumbnail. I could just use my temporary thumbnail thing. Let's see. Games. Chat music. Games. What to play? Maybe I'll pop over to Helldivers and do some solo stuff. I don't know. Maybe. That's just the first thing that I came across. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of stuff installed. Maybe I'll do a Balatro stream. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's switch over and do a round or two of Balatro. All right. Thanks for watching this one. I had fun for what it was. Not a lot happened. Only a little hour of content. But yeah, if you still feel like it, starting up another stream here in a second. Tune into that one too, please. But for now, I'm going to do a normal ending on this one. Thanks for watching, and bye.